Oh, what then? Yeah, it should be done. Just a moment. That was a lot of ads. It shouldn't have started immediately with ads because I started an ad specifically to get rid of the ads, so it's like on my time. And yeah, you destroyed the wicked creatures on the waiting at the stage. 30-second. Right, and the 30-second ad shouldn't have gone because I was already playing a 3-minute ad. So already we have a problem. That's not even the right timeage of ads. Okay. Alright, what are we doing today? And do you have any questions about what we talked about last time? You want to pick up where we left off? Do you have something new? Or we'll spend ad-free time talking about ads. That's true. We have talked about advertising before. Because I think we're still in agreement that it's absolutely a form of mental manipulation. Sounds weird. Now, when Sheik was playing the last note of the doop, that little doop, it sounded like, at least to me. Question of the stream: what makes a problem and not just an outcome? Well, success and problem are both outcomes. So it's the perspective of the profitability, the loss, you know. Like a lot of things we can say, oh yeah, that's absolutely a whatever. Some things, not so much. Alright, so what I'm going to do is we're going to go to... That's not I did manage that one. For example, a hammer breaks while you're hammering something. Would you consider that? I would consider that a problem. Because then you have to go get a new tool. But in all those too, it's the magnitude of the problem. So if that hammer has lasted for 30 years and God only knows how many nails and whatever, that's not so much of a problem. If that hammer is like a year old and has only done 50 nails or something, that's a problem. Things wear out. It's unfortunate, but they do. I also keep forgetting to get myself the mindset of how does it stall like that? He just kind of stops. Need to get myself in the mindset of I need to play fast. I'm not just going for hoops and green. And again, I was holding left there the moment I let go of Z. And it said... So you're testing the hammer to test the durability of it, to know whether it's to change its metallic makeup. So it's a test of the durability, not loss of it. Well, no, that's not a problem. Wasn't that the big? Oh no, that's the stone of agate, which will do nothing because I have no effect. Oh well. We are still going to pull the well, get the lens of truth. Sorry. Still the wrong one. Well, I also gave the example of I had that tool for 30 years and had bashed in how many nails and whatever else. If your entire purpose of finding out where anything fails is to make it fail, that's not a problem. Because that's the objective. That's a success. Intent, benefits, because, like, one of the biggest problems that was, or one of the biggest successes that wasn't intended was, antiviruses. Vaccines. Somebody made a oopsie, but it ended up being a very successful one. No, you cannot. Alright. Try one more. Think you can? And I'm the soft one. Oh well. You just gotta die. You said it was a problem that it broke. For example, snow is put on a sidewalk, whether it's a problem or not is my intent of why it's there. Not just that it's there. Well, it's also the inconveniences. That was just me being dumb. It's the other potential outcomes from the situation. Like, you've got snow on a sidewalk, and if you're a business manager, that's loss of business. It's going to divert people. It's going to divert people. Really? Okay. Okay, that's good. The hitbox grows. Duck it. Hey! It's diverted business. It's a potential liability hazard. Somebody could slip and fall and hurt themselves or kill themselves or something. Aww. But it still broke my stick. I couldn't reach him through his body, but it still broke my stick. But by that logic, everything can be a problem, but it's still the intent and the outcome have to be assessed. Hey! Everything is an inconvenience to someone. That's true, but you also have to take in the ratio of inconvenience. So somebody might say, "Oh, my knee hurts, and walking on snow makes me feel a lot better." But the other 99 people are like, "I'm gonna fall and die." Oh, this chair is so old and crappy. Man. That's why I'm saying it depends on intent. Yeah. Not just intent, but outcome, and not just the immediate outcome either. All future outcomes. So, like in my example of being a business owner, the snow on the sidewalk, might be not really an inconvenience to anybody but me, because it'll divert business away, it'd be a liability, it'd be something I have to clean up, I've got to expend more time, resources, money to do all these things, and whatever else, so, oh no. Okay, so that one I guess you just hit the pen. I swear I've seen speedruns where they just hop past that Why is it not just intent? Because that would get into. It's a great quote. The best laid plans of mice and men, and the road to hell is paved with good intentions. And that actually gets into a lot of courtroom speak. Intent is what can change a dead person from being a homicide to a manslaughter charge. Oh, barf. We've talked about this before. When you're in a courtroom, the severity of the charge and the severity of the punishment laid against you will very, very much be affected by intent. What's that? Mens rea? The active will. For instance, you kill somebody, but it was through negligence. That's going to go a lot lighter, usually, than if you killed somebody because you were mad. Or that even will go a lot lighter than you killed somebody because you're what's it called? When you get paid, you're a hitman, and you get caught. Why not? It's there. No, it's not. I think that's a pretty good schedule. Just go get the Lens of Truth out of the way. I'm not doing any of you guys. What did I decide? We're not getting the horse? I think we're not getting the horse because we're not getting the sword. So... I think that'll be much faster than stopping the video. Oh, that was bad. That was a bad aim. Yep. Bonking the wall. Bonking another wall. Hard bonk that wall. I just stayed turning back. Probably aim it a little bit better. Oh, now another big question. Do I have enough parts by this path, routing, whatever you want to call it, to successfully complete both the crater and the temple without him? That is the question. I feel like it would just be intent, because if it's by intent, it's a problem. Partial. Not even close. I've never tried this before, but I think you can. Okay, you can. I just need to fire a little bit earlier, maybe? Well, yeah, but accidents can be problems too. Okay, so here's another proposal. There we go. How could you do this thing? You're getting a servant. Ah! I am Bruski, hero of the Gorons! I don't know why I made him sound Indian there. That's really weird. I was going for Russian and it came out Indian. It's Bruski. Do you remember? He smacked me on the head. I am still seeing stars! Say someone kills someone and they're convicted of murder. 30 years later, they're still considered a murderer even though they committed no murders for 30 years, correct? Yes. So you poop your pants, and 30 years later you've not pooped your pants. Why are you still not considered a pant pooper? Some things I think have to be considered as habit, and some things are it's just you've done it and that's it. That's what you're always going to be remembered for. If it works that way with murder, why not pants pooper? Well, because effectively too, we were all pants poopers at one point. On the pants pooping thing. You know, as a kid, you might be a nose picker. And then as an adult, I've got no problem with picking noses. But you might give that up, or you might continue it, and then you'd still be a nose picker, or you wouldn't be. But if you're a hero, you know, you like save somebody's life, you've always saved that person's life. So you're always going to be considered a hero, at least to them. If you were a professional athlete, and you did some like world record shattering something, especially like Olympics, like you're a high jumper, or you're the pole vaulter, or you're the whatever, and you broke a record, you're always going to be a world record breaker, even if it's no longer your record. If your record has been broken, you're still a world record breaker, but you're just not the current holder. Well, that's the severity of it too, though. Wait, did he give me the thing? He did, didn't he? I'm being ultra forgetful. Oh, what? Really? That. Cannot roll there. Good to remember. And in a way, you can, say, "Oh, you pooped your pants one time, so you're always a pants pooper." Then you wouldn't be inaccurate, but we just don't use that kind of verbiage for past tense habits. Okay, let's twist it, bop it, flick it, smack it. We've done X action 30 years ago. Well, we've not done it in 30 years. Are we still on Xer? And that depends on the severity, the magnitude of whatever variable X was. So like my example of the world record breaker. And they're also not mutually exclusive. So you can be a world record breaker, which is a huge monumental thing, and you'll always be in the history books. I broke that record on such a day, even if it's been broken 50 times since. But you murder somebody too, you will also always be known as a murderer, because they're two kind of similar magnitude of events. I'm intentionally not specifying what action X was to take away the bias of social expectation, but you can't take away the bias of social expectation. That's always going to be there. Why not? Because it's always going to be there. It's always part of the variable. It's always part of the equation. It's like saying, I don't want to use the plus sign when adding 2 and 2 together to make 4. You can't do that. You can flip the equation around and make it look like, 4 minus 2 is equal to 2, but then you're not adding 2 and 2 together. I'd say if you did X 30 years ago, you're an Xer, whether it's pants pooping or murder. Sure, it's been a long time, but you're still an Xer. You could, but the social expectation is just not there. Because that would be like saying to my elderly grandmother, because she was a teenager at some point, that she's still a teenager. You feel that one? So the whole once a cheater, always a cheater expression. Yeah, and that is a pattern. That is a habit. And depending upon the magnitude of the cheating, yeah, there are some people that it's like, well, you did the thing, and you got caught, but it only affected this one game, so you're disqualified from that game, here's your penalty, here's your fine, or here's your suspension, here's your fine, and, whatever. And now you're back in. Or there's some people that it's just like, you were cheating so horribly, you're just out. And then you will always be a cheater because you don't even have the time on the calendar in X variable to move public opinion away from that notion. That just means there's an arbitrary line in the sand defined by the individual that makes it impossible to have it. That is, yeah, that's accurate. Yes, it's impossible to have a standard with especially the social economic side. So, like some professional athletes, we'll talk about it the other way too. They're considered a choke artist. Like they hit the World Series after having the best season they've ever had, or the Stanley Cup, or whatever, and they supposedly choke in that one crucial moment. And they're always remembered as a choke artist. Even though they can have a career of just absolutely phenomenal, and that's the only time that happened, but they're still a choke artist. Is that dumb? Yeah, I completely would say that is dumb. But yeah, that's the court of public opinion. Being a teenager versus not being a teenager is a declaration of action and observation of status. Right, and some of it can be just an observation of status. Are you currently in the habit of lying to people? Then you're just a liar. Everybody has lied at some point, but we don't call somebody a liar unless they just constantly, unless they just cannot help themselves. I'm going here, right? That's actually important. Sort of like I'm in traffic doesn't mean traffic. Well, that also holds a much different connotation though. That's funny though. It says what you're currently doing. Yes, if you're like in a murder and pants food, it would be I'm murdering, I'm not a murderer. But you could also say that. It also goes to the ramifications of that action. Like, I'm a murderer. I'm murdering, not I'm a murderer. You have also made somebody a permanent victim. That action cannot be undone. But it didn't. So permanence plays a factor. Severity. Habit. Habituality. I think that's actually what there's a lot of it that goes into what somebody gets labeled as. Alright, dude. So do we need to come up here? Need is such a strong word. I don't think we don't need to do that. There's a fun little bit with likes in Ocarina of Time. I don't think they even appear in Majora's Mask, but in Ocarina of Time, the like cannot steal anything from you that cannot be replaced. So it can steal your red vest, your blue vest. It can steal your Hylian shield or your Deku shield, but it cannot steal. Can't steal your swords in general. Can't steal the Sun Shield, which we don't have yet, and it cannot steal the Kokiri Tunic, which cannot be replaced. You cannot buy that anywhere in the game. You can't just run around naked, so the game will not allow it to be taken. So if you are concerned about the like stealing your stats, you just go ahead and that outfit. But did that last one kind of make sense though, dude? About like you're a choke artist, even though it was the only time you do it. But you know, people just remember it, and it gets just like glued to you psychically for everybody. To a degree, yeah. So, I mean, can you ever really predict? In some cases, you probably can. But can you ever really predict? Is somebody going to be labeled a thing? What's going to just follow them the rest of their days? Probably not. At least in most situations, no. Because we can't control the public. Open the door! Stop rolling around like a dingus! And then I had the issue where little turds will absolutely not be locked onto correctly, and it will instead grab the chain link and drag me to them. So I manually did it. You can always predict it? No. I don't think you can. Because we also don't know all the variables from a lot of the events. I don't want to kill that first one. Alright. We want to top it. Right? Yeah. Took me a second, I was like, how do you do this room? Right. If you were to say, have the ability to process all physics, every quark, every atom, everything, for every moment in time, you could predict everything. But we're not God. Or we don't have the brain power for that, but that doesn't mean the math isn't there. No, absolutely, I would agree with that. Okay. I don't know. Oh, that's right. Can you throw that, please? No! I did not tell you to do that! Sir! I wish you to throw that! Oh, we're just gonna come up there. Alright, let's see if we can do this. Not there, not there either. Or that now. Hey! I'm done saying we can, well, yeah. But the only entity that could do that doesn't need to predict it because he already knows the outcome. I think you would agree that for any construct to have the computing power to successfully do that prediction for even just one moment, it would have to be as big as a planet. That just wouldn't matter. Why can you not skip these dialogue boxes? They don't tell you anything. Oh! That I would agree with, though. We can, it is predictable, but we just don't have that kind of capability or power. That algorithm is way beyond our comprehension. Well, and there's a sequel. Ow. You gotta do this. Ow. Stop. The other way. This is... No! Don't believe in the just... Yeah. What do we have this gold otherwise? We need at least 30, I think, to get the bag. Definitely need the giant one. What? Oh no, crap already. Let's check on dog already. Alright. Now we're doing things. Are we really? Am I just saying we're doing things to make myself feel better? Yes. That's a pretty good path. I think we've got all the keys that we need thus far. And we know this is at least version 2 because there's no. I have found the other 2 versions, by the way. I guess we could really just do... Always gotta make sure we get on here first. This jump. And that will open you. That's something I forgot to mention. One of the things that I really enjoy. Oh no. No, 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 no! You turd muncher. I'm gonna blame the controller. Something that's very subtle that a lot of people miss in Ocarina, Majora, bunches all different sections. They will zoom out to where you want to go. What action has just been performed? Like I opened a door. What door was that? It showed you opening the door, and then it zoomed back, so you had a pretty good roughness of where you need to go next. It's just a lovely little subtlety of game making that I think is largely lost in modern mechanics, and it's unfortunate. Whoa. Hey! Come on! You gotta be kidding me! That was just garbage. That was just straight up garbage. I don't like this game. Jump over those parts because I'm screwing up so much. Got it. While you're gone, checking on the dog, we'll run a little lap. Watch, you're gonna come back right when I start, yeah. That doesn't happen. Alright, screw it. I don't think they ever come back. Like, ever. Alright, Fuzzy. Let's not die. I think it's just they take 2 hits no matter what. Oh, I don't think you do have to. Because I definitely didn't talk to him, I just left the room. So, we're gonna go with you don't actually have to talk to the Gorons. That will honestly save so much time. So much time. Peace. I think. Nope. Some of them you can grab onto. Second to get my bearings. We don't want to go up there. We went in there. With both of those, we got the thing. Instance. Right. Unfortunately, I want to go back in the room that we were in 52,000 times before. This room wasn't the problem. But we were in it 52,000 times before because I don't know how to play this game. Alright, now we want to do it. There's going to be a wall. This is house. So that will be, I think, a beneficial detour. Yeah, I'm gonna go with beneficial detour. That is the compass room right there. A little notch. So. Yeah, I love it. So easy to get turned around in this area. That wolf, stop. Forgot about that. Forgot about that. roundabout this way. Oh. Now. There's some special tricks that I want to use on this fella. I've been meaning to test out a few of them. Yeah. That'll work. Okay. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. And back. Also, what did you get? I bet that's why he drops bombs. Because one of the anticipated tactics is throwing a bomb. I usually just use the hook shot. But I think it is a little bit faster to just throw a bomb. So. Speaking of bombs. Oh no, I bet the bombs were specific to this. I betcha. And this has a camera thing, don't touch it until it's done. That's a big newbie thing. It's little flippity floppity around, and if you start touching things, it'll throw you every which way besides the way you want. There's a haddock on the sloppy rice. Jeez. Damn! Don't understand. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Oh, come on. Remember me talking about sword storage earlier? Okay, so this is really fun. So, you can. It's like I hit it with a hammer. I promise, it's fancy. It's just a not one ingredient thing. It's not fancy. It sounds pretty good. I mean, minus the pulse. I don't know. And here's the thing that I think Legend of Zelda, especially Legend of Zelda, has especially done very well, is they will very, very frequently put you in the room with no escape, right? And they just say, hey, figure it out. And pretty much the only clue you get is, I was just given a new item. I wonder what I should do. Okay, still working. Nope. Fish on rice is just leaving out information that doesn't really give much. I might as well say food. Alright, camera, can we... I'll figure it out. I still gotta go in here and get one more dude and whatnot. And this becomes a shortcut. I mean, it sounds pretty fancy. Fish on rice is more than just like mac and cheese. Give me your key. You're all down there, yeah? I do need a key. Yeah, okay. I think that's an appropriate route. Right? Right. Route. It's a route. Oops. Not for I wanted to go. Like, my dinner was very uninspired. It was not good. That, I think you can just say, is those not good. My lunch that I told you about, I mean, that was made by my wife. She ground up peppers and beans and all that stuff. So that's a little bit more than just... What was that, camera? So, how do you do that? Oh, that's interesting. It reset him. So I hit it once, and they should only take 2 hits. Interessant. Alrighty, good to know. I think it was... But it does have... Well... I would have to wait a while. Let's put it together. Hey! But I had a little bit more time than that. And is anybody else aware that that thing completely unfroze itself during the dialogue box? Okay, this one's going much better. Alright. And this one too, if you don't have the compass, the direction of the treasure chest, loot chest, whatever you want to call it. Also subliminally directs you towards the correct door. What? Alright. That should be everything we need. Yeah, I'd say that was fairly clean Fire Temple. Not a lot how I play to take away time. It's going to be pretty straightforward, is what I'm saying. Let's go here, do this. There's no quick jump cuts or super secret tactics. Ow! Just stabbed myself on my vest. Right in the squishy part of the foot. Come on. Scarf to death. I expect nothing less. Some things that you can do, and I had no idea. Go back in your hole. You can shoot him to make him go back in his hole. You can speed up the process. I had no idea. Ow. Ow. Okay. That was rude. Now he's gonna do... Okay. Sorry, you guys gotta listen to a beepy boop. I was just a little bit too close. I think I've lost my opportunity. I was just gonna drop the rocks. Eine andere? Ah! Shut it, you! Back in your hole! Leashes? Oh, stop, you're making me blush. Oh, you weren't describing me. Gotcha. Okay, not optimal, but that's not too bad. It is good to know that there is a definitive window of opportunity for making him go back in his hole. The manga, which I have, paints Volvagia out as just, it's extremely tragic. This, in the game, it's just kind of a, there's a dragon, there's a dragon. Where did the dragon come from? We don't know. We don't care. It's in front of us. It's an impediment. It's a problem, and it's gotta go. In the manga, you rescue Volvagia as a little bitty, like, fairly recently hatched creature from somebody in the town market, I think. They're mistreating him or her. I don't know. And they've even got several pages of, oh, you're playing in Hyrule Field, and like fetch and cuddle, and you know, a whole mess of stuff. It's very appreciative to you, and In the manga, you go in the boss room and you try to appeal to it, and it's like, I don't know you. I don't know you. I don't know you. And even if I did know you, you abandoned me for 7 years. Why shouldn't I hate you? It's really kind of tragic. And then Link, of course, doesn't want to, but he ends up having to kill. And it's not the first one we've gotten, but in Link to the Past you get several medallions. I think 3 of them? Maybe just 2? One of them is reusable, 2 of them aren't. One of them's not reusable, 2? I don't know. But it's been forever since I played Link to the Past. So I might have to break that out and put that on the docket after Ocarina or something. But it was intended initially that maybe the Great Fairy powers that you get, like the minimum these 3, so there's going to be 3 there. Pharaoh's Wind, Din's Fire, and Nehru's Love were all going to be attached to these medallions, and they were going to be equipable. You could put them as a sea item and use them. So like maybe the Fire medallion would house Din's Fire, or something similar where you make a big fireball. Am back. I was just saying how the medallions were going to be a thing. They were going to be much more usable. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. That's just a minor mistake. Yeah, I want to do something more like that. Just a mistake. But like I was saying earlier, you can load your sword as the hammer. It's only temporary, so you do something else and it'll go away. But it's much faster than swinging the sword. You can just poke. I think I definitely do want the double magic meter. So, Din, of course, the original fairy who actually gives you magic in general. You can't talk to any of the other fairies if you don't have that original Death Mountain fairy that's actually just outside this. And Din's Fire only exists as a child, for some reason. I think all the other ones are accessible as a child or not. No, minus the last one, so the Din's Fire one is kind of a switch off, but the other one. Yeah, that's true. The double defense. Alright, what else can we do? Because I don't really have, I think, time for a whole mess of that. I guess we could... do you want to do the Ice Temple? It's so weird that all the fairies are kind of packed together except for... I don't know what the is, but the one that gives you the world's moon and Nehru's Love. They're way hard. There's absolute nonsense in there. I think of a couple of fairies. I just want to test something. Not what I want to do next. Stop it. It does. How much does it does though? But some of those hacking. Got that. It's way easier than whipping something out. I'm not sure what conversation to have now. It's fine, we don't have to force a conversation. I'm about done anyway. I'm thinking I've got enough gold Skulltulas to get the bag. 4 short. And 7 years ago. And or at least 2 more are. We could do the graveyard, I think. Huh. There's a cow in there. Oh. I dropped it. No! Why did it do that? Oh, that's smart. Alright. Okay, let's go. Yeah. There is at least 2 that I can access in Goron City, I believe. One over here. Yes. And there is 1. No! What are you jumping for? Stop it! I didn't tell you to jump anywhere. Ah, this game sometimes. Now we find out if this is here as an adult or this is a child. It might only be as a child. Yep, almost child. That is some I think there are 2. Oh, there's at least 1. I heard it. Oh my god. I want to leave. I don't want to go downstairs. I want to leave. It's right there. Oh. Just how are you doing, bro? We can talk about that. Job doing okay? Life good? Healthy? Happy? Nope, I'm there. And there's such a weird oddity that the wall is just completely empty. Why? We don't know. So that's 29. We need 1 more. Let's make sure it's... Job has me concerned. It's contact based. Yeah, we've talked about that. I thought you just got a contract. Oh, it ends in December. We're hoping to get a 2-year renewal, but government paperwork, yeah, government paperwork, so. So we need 1 more. think it'll be there. But here's a little funny. I think this is how you do it. Or this is when you can do it. So you can just kind of pop up this thing a little bit, and yep, just I'll walk through the door. I'm going to grab that because that's extremely easy. And depending on my metrics, it might be at around the time to make another heart. That is. Oh, hang on. Will I actually need? Oh, it's not there. This is chocolate. We don't need to do that. Quick close scuff. I don't think so. I guess the closest one I can think of would be so I got all the easily accessible ones fire. Right? The dog on the treadmill. Do it. I did frequently wish that we had a treadmill for our dog, but I don't know if it would have helped him much. Because he was a weirdo. I mean, I love him, but he was a weirdo. So yeah, no! I swear there's a tangle. Nope. Do in fact not need the long shot. So we're gonna go grab the other. That should be it. Those are business on it sometimes. No, that I can only imagine would be absolutely horrifying. No! Oh! Really? I really just missed that cycle. Oh. Spittle. Alright. I'm aware. Okay. Ah! So that was a thing. Alright, there is semi-secretish room over here, but it's just got a lot of bars in it. I think. Just got a business script, which I don't do that at all. So we can try over here, and with the stairs in the current position, we should be able to get our 30th skull. Oh. I don't even have to move it. I can just jump out. Okay. Oops. One funny thing about that, though, she runs on the treadmill. So, it's like, what, 6-7 miles an hour? So it's flying in some... Yeah, that's disgusting. What you have is a poo conveyor that is a hybrid poo catapult. That's nasty. It's a catapult. Stuck to the wall. Nasty. Oh! That's gross. I mean, it's kind of funny. I'm glad I don't have to clean it up. It is 30 scuffles, right? That is 30 scuffles. Alright. Now the question is, do I actually need a bigger wall? I've been thinking this whole time, like, what would I buy? I'm gonna get the Zora tunic, the Goron tunic, so the fire and water is handed to me free, fairly easily. I don't think you have to buy anything else. Hashtag crapapult. Trademark. FuzzieBunnies. Well, we've got it now. What I do? No. Little funny here. You can hurt the invincible. And he can hurt you. He'll wallop you. Oh! Alright. I think that's where I'm going to end it tonight. We're going to run an ad, and then we will say our goodbye-ages, because the next little chunk would be both the Ice Cavern, which is supposed to be the Ice Dungeon, and the Water Temple. And I don't have the energy in me to do those. Maybe one, but even getting to the Ice Cavern is a little bit hit and miss. Or is it? That's not. Because he's already frozen really bad. Without having to do any of the other stuff, I don't have to ball. Yeah. Never mind. So we'll just run a little ad, and then we'll be back to say our goodbyes. Boop. Oh. Let's see what we got going. Do I have to do a little bit of work before I go for sleep? Ooh. Some of the Lego kits are just a scoosh exorbitant. And always the thing to remember with Lego is you're not paying for just the bricks. You're paying for the time that the people spent to design them, to polish them, the designs that is, and to make a functional diagram of how to put it together without confusing. That's where most of the money comes from. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, I thought I had stalled long enough. I don't know. My community is back. The herd returns. Alright, next stream is... Oh? Like I said at the close of this morning's show, I have 3 episodes up on FuzzieBunnies47 on YouTube. I had the one that came out this morning, one that will be listed tomorrow morning, 6 Central, United States. Is there another Central? And one will come up Thursday. I'm also going to be finalizing several more. They should come up pretty quick order. I don't know what I'm going to title them yet. What do you think, Brew? So I've got a series, several of them already recorded, one of them already edited, about how to behave, like in a chat room, how to behave in a theater, how to behave at a restaurant, for a lot of the people that don't seem to have any bloody clue how to behave in polite society. The polite society? How do I do it? A little bit of numbers there. Or also 2 on the nose. I don't know. If you have any thoughts on that, VODers or Brew, go ahead and message me. Ideas would be fine too. Oh, I was at this thing the other day and I was like, how do people behave like this? Like, how do you not know? Something like that would be. I was too quiet over the birds? Really? Oh, wow. Alright, well, I'm doing a series, don't know what to name it, about how to behave in polite society. How to behave in a Twitch, YouTube, whatever chat room. How to behave in a theater. How to behave in a restaurant. How to behave just walking down a sidewalk. I don't know. Digital Finishing School. Fuzzy's Digital Finishing School. I think that's what I'm going to call it. Because that's what people used to do. You wanted to know how to behave in polite society, you went to finishing school. Yeah, especially the ladies. Both, actually. The name, and also the conversation content. Because I think, like, what I'm envisioning so far is most of the episodes are going to be fairly compacted. Under 5 minutes, probably, for all of them? Most of them? So, just different instances of social mismanagement, social ineptitudes that you've seen or that you'd like to see corralled a little bit. I don't know. But, yep, that's all I got for tonight. Brew, as always, it's been a treat and a pleasure. You're a gentleman, a scholar, and I can't confirm it, but I would guess a snappy dresser. So everybody out there, let's go into the world, and if we feel we can't be an example of Christ, let's at least not put evil into the world intentionally. So the world can be a better place. Alright? Everybody take care.